believe that was Tara Prentice who lost her cap. She just needed to get that ball off, that shot off quicker. You've got to realize that you've got those drops coming from all angles. You either get the shot off quickly or kick the ball out to the perimeter quickly.
Keep an eye on number 10, Alice Williams of Australia leads the entire tournament with 16 goals, including 5 in the quarterfinal round win over Greece. Now a turnover committed by the Australians.
And quick help coming from the U.S. perimeter defenders to crash back to deny that ball into the 2-meter player. That's the easiest position to score from. And so generally teams will do whatever it takes to make sure that player does not get a shot off. Sometimes that even means taking an exclusion.
An exclusion leads to a 20-second 6-on-5 advantage. Australia with wins over China, the Netherlands, Canada, Hungary, and Greece. Ashley Johnson, her first stop. Johnson has been outstanding in Paris. Save percentage of 67%, by far the best in the tournament.
Right, and that was Abby Andrews who took that shot square to the face of Ashley Johnson.
Spain awaits the winner in a gold medal match in Paris on Saturday. Maggie Steffens, the captain, number 6 up top. Shot clock down to 2. And that attempt reflects off the goalpost.
Jordan Rainey with her positioning. She knew that the shot clock was running down, and so she was ready. She positioned her body so that when she caught the ball, she could quickly release it. But a fantastic save by Gabby Palm, who got all the way into the corner.
Just over 2 minutes gone in the first quarter. An exclusion call on the United States. Jordan Rainey swims off. Extra attacker for Australia. Halligan sending it back out. This is Williams. And that shot misses the net high. No score in Paris. We'll be back in 6 seconds. Australia scoreless. A penalty shot has been awarded to Team USA.
And a great inside water move by Maggie Steffens. She's advancing, but she does a great job holding the ball and moving, turning her body inside, getting the defender on her back, and she's in that strike zone, that red zone. Like basketball, it would be where the paint is. And because there was an imminent goal, and she was impeded, a penalty shot was awarded.
Inside water, the area between the last defender and the goalkeeper. Player who is fouled does not have to take the penalty shot. It'll be Maddie Musselman for Team USA. Musselman.
Yeah.
The goal in order for it to be counted.
Musselman, the 2020 Olympic most valuable player. Her team leading 10th goal in Paris. So the United States strikes first on the penalty shot.
And even more impressive, Maddie Musselman is playing over 3/4 of the game, and that's a lot of minutes at this level. You typically don't have players who are playing so many minutes.
Musselman now 4 for 4 on penalty shot attempts during the Olympic Games. 1-0 lead for Team USA.
Great field save. That's exactly what they want the Australians to see when they're on the perimeter looking for a shot. They want to see arms up. The U.S. is doing a much better job on their field defense.
Power play for the United States. Number 10 is Gilchrist, who blocked that shot at the other end.
Is going to be a 5-meter. As she caught the ball, the player who was swimming out, number 10 for Australia, Alice Williams, I don't even think she realized that she interfered with the play. that she disrupted the play or touched the ball, and so a penalty shot will be awarded to the United States.
Jenna Flynn. Flynn stopped. The same day by Gabriella Palm.
Even though that was a stop penalty shot, I think it's more important to realize that Alice Williams, number 10 for Australia, who's one of their key shooters, now has 2 major fouls. The exclusion plus the penalty that was just assessed on her. And Australia will not be able to rely on her like they have in other games.
I mentioned earlier, she leads the entire tournament with 16 goals. So that's a major factor early.
Right, once you have 3, you can't come back in, and she is vital to the offense of Australia. That was Tilly Kearns with that quick shot.
And now another save made by Ashley Johnson. Picking up where she left off. In the quarterfinal win over Hungary. The lowest scoring game during this entire tournament. A 5-4 victory. Rachel Fatal with the late game-winning goal for Team USA. Here's Gilchrist straight away. United States with a goal from Maddie Musselman. Leading Australia 1-0. This is Musselman. That time off the mark.
And Musselman didn't have to look at the shot clock. She could hear goalie Ashley Johnson counting down the clock. She knew that it was nearly expired, so she took that shot.
Australia in possession in the white caps. Trailing the United States 1-0. Armin kicks it back out. This is Aaron Cheney. Now Halligan. Pass to the inside. And it's stripped. Takeaway by the United States.
Wow, the Australians are really having a hard time creating some offense. And you see here on the counterattack, they've got a 6-on-5 there. They're actually, Australia's trailing by quite a bit. If I were Kaylee Gilchrist there, I would have swung her all the way down. There she goes to the 2-meter line. Bring that set player all the way deep in the defensive play.
Lob attempt by Jenna Flynn. A bit too high.
And it looks like they're calling that a tip by the goalie. Possible review here.
Let's see.
Boy, that's tough to call.
If a deflection off the goalie, the offense keeps possession, but off any other defensive player, it goes the other way, so they ruled it did deflect off the hand of Gabriella Palm. The United States maintains possession. Ryan Neuschel. Shot clock is at 3. Pass to the inside. And an exclusion call against Abby Andrews of Australia.
Great drive in by Maddie Musselman. A pass into the center by Maggie Steffens.
There's Gilchrist. Back out it comes. Gilchrist defended by Halligan. Ryan Neuschel down low. Pass it.
Yes.
Women's water polo, semi-final round action. 2-0 lead for the United States over Australia. On goals from their leading scorers in Paris, Maddie Musselman and Jenna Flynn, now with 10 goals apiece.
Quick catch just went back by Maggie Steffens. He's a team player, making sure that the ball does does not go into the center. Good drive by Maddie Musselman there. Even though she didn't get the ball, it made the defense work all the way down the pool. It's going to be an offensive at the center position.
You'll hear frequent whistles. About 80% are for common fouls. Exclusion fouls lead to a power play, 3 exclusions, and a player is ejected.
Australia seems to be very reactive right now. Rather than having a plan and knowing where your teammate is, as they get down the pool, it looks like they get into their offense and then they figure out what they're going to do.
Another save made by Johnson. That's her 4th. Stopping the Chicago native, Daniela Jakovic.
Good look there. She had a nice turn.
Jakovic works with the U.S. captain, Maggie Steffens, and our colleague, the 5-time Olympian, Tony Azevedo. Their company, 6H Sports. Now Jakovic and Steffens, opponents today in Paris. 6H Sports helps further develop the sport of water polo through metrics and data analysis. Jakovic designed the mobile app and the game desk, and she also works with the product development team. Nice move inside, and the Australians are on the board. They have cut the United States lead 2-1. Charlize Andrews with her 4th goal in Paris.
Making her debut in Paris, 22-year-old. Hasn't seen a lot of playing time, but she turns inside water. You can feel, even though you can't see the goalie coming out, you just can feel the waves and feel that somebody's coming out. That was smart instincts to release that ball.
Time winding down here in the 1st quarter. Jordan Rainey fires it ahead. Shot clock winding down off the post. On the attempt from Maddie Musselman, who opened the scoring for the United States. And a goal from Jenna Flynn. 2-1, Team USA, 8 minutes in the books. touchdown lead on Australia as we begin the second quarter. Maddie Musselman and Jenna Flynn with the goals for the U.S. as they look to advance to the gold medal match on Saturday against Spain. The United States turns it over. The U.S. has played for the gold medal in 5 of the 6 Olympic Games since women's water polo was introduced back in 2000, winning gold on each of the last 3 occasions.
The U.S. doing a great job fronting at 2 meters. That's Maggie Steffens matched up with Tilly Kearns, a very mobile Tilly Kearns, number 11. Maggie Steffens was trying to show that her hands were underneath Tilly Kearns. But needless to say, both hands were down. The favor does go to the offense if the defense is in a precarious situation.
Australia 0 for 1 on the power play in the first quarter. Looking to tie the game in 2, and that attempt is blocked. And the United States will take possession.
Another field save on the power play. You see Maddie Musselman lunges in, making Ashley Johnson's job a lot easier.
By neutral minute, sending it back out to Rainey. Here's Rachel Fatal. Fatal scored the game winner in the quarterfinal matchup.
New shot clock will go to 20 after a shot that is rebounded in.
Here's Fatal once again, now Rainey. Rainey up high, guarded by Gophers.
There's going to be an exclusion. Tara Prentice set a pick on Ryan Neuschel, and it was effective.
6 on 5 for the United States. Here's Fatal. Now Rainey to the far side. Roller with it. Back across Fatal. Roller shot. Swatted away.
Once that ball hits the goal line, it is out of bounds. That's why nobody came to retrieve the loose ball.
You mentioned in the first quarter, Julie, the 2 exclusions picked up by Alice Williams. She played only 3 minutes in the opening quarter. That's a huge loss for Australia. She leads the entire tournament with 16 goals. It's the equivalent of the basketball player sitting out after picking up a 5th personal foul.
Right, and she can still come in. You might see her subbing in just for the offensive series because they do have subs on the fly. You see the player waiting along the top of the screen where the white lane line is. She's waiting to do a sub for Australian teammate.
Save made by Palm. So Australia back in possession, trailing the United States by 1. As Palm knocks down that attempt from Tara Prentice.
And Tara was able to get a good turn, a much quicker turn, and shot off than we saw in the first quarter.
Ashley Johnson has stopped 4 of 5 at the other end. Beaten just once. Shot clock is down to 3 to check out the extracurricular activity taking place. The dump into the corner as the shot clock winds all the way down.
And that's impressive that Australia is having to dump the ball just in the second period because the U.S. defense is so good. They're not wanting to shoot it and feed the counterattack going the other direction, so they dump it to the side, forcing the goalie out to retrieve it.
There's Musselman setting things up. 4.5 remaining in quarter number 2. Exclusion call against Australia. Rainey to the far side. 6 on 5 for Team USA. Back out it comes to Rainey. Now Musselman.
Watch there. That's Rachel Fatal. She was open for just a second.
Yes!
Moved in. Was able to move it closer to the goal.
3-1. Team USA. now 4-2.
And she did an amazing job sliding from center goal to the left post. And as she did that, the defender in front of her was not aware. And so when she caught that, because she shot it right away, she slipped it in between the field defender's arms.
Arancini's fourth goal in Paris. The United States with 2 of their goals during 6-on-5 play. The other on a penalty shot from Musselman and now an offensive foul. So Australia and the Whitecaps back in possession. An opportunity to tie this game at 3.
She was wide open right in front of the goal. The defenders, even though they're climbing on her, they're having to move so far to the left, they weren't able to stop that. It was only Ashley Johnson who could make that block.
Maddie Musselman with it for Team USA. Musselman has scored twice. 6-on-5 for the United States as Sienna Green heads off. Green and Musselman, UCLA teammates, close friends. Here's Musselman out of the far side. And the save made by Paul.
Just as the shot clock expired, they knew they had to take a shot. Nothing wide open on the post that time.
The last exclusion on Green. She currently plays at UCLA. Halligan and Musselman were teammates. Bronte Halligan, number 4 for Australia. United States with a 3-2 advantage. Here's Abby Andrews with a skip attempt. Unable to convert.
You see, even though they're only in the second period, you see the faces, they're really starting to get tired, not just from the swimming or the egg beatering, but really from all the grabbing. The physicality of the game is what is exhausting.
2 minutes remaining, second quarter. Chance of USA from the crowd at La Défense Arena. United States turns it over. U.S. team attended a Taylor Swift concert at La Défense back in May. Swift surprised the entire team with tickets. And now, at the same venue, looking to advance to the gold medal match on Saturday.
And it is very helpful to get to see the venue where you will be playing possibly the gold medal game, the semifinal games, so that it's not the first time when you show up at the Olympic Games.
Ashley Johnson helped out by the goalpost once again.
That was Zoe Arancini, really looking for the exact shot that she was just successful with, but a lot lower. She wasn't up on her legs. It was not the quality of the previous shot. Sekulic, number 12 for the U.S., is the center. You can see her left arm back. She's probably holding the defender, Charlize Andrews.
Yes!
Assuming that she's holding the defender. The defender does nothing to try to go for the ball on the inside, and she just winds up with a great rebound.
Sekulic, a native of Serbia. Her parents won a visa lottery, moved with the family to Philadelphia just over a decade ago. Led Princeton to their first ever NCAA semifinal appearance in 2023. Sekulic with her 5th goal in Paris. United States leads now 4-2.
That's going to be Ryan Bushel with the exclusion there. She's one of the smallest players, but a great 2-meter defender.
Williams back in, number 10 up top with Australia on the power play. Here's Williams with 16 goals in the tournament. That attempt is denied.
Arancini again, looking for that last second move to the left to beat the defender. be on this team, making her debut. She looks just cool, calm, and collected at 18 years old.
Long attempt as the half winds down. And that will do it for the second quarter in Paris. And Coach Adam Krikorian, his team looked to advance to the gold medal match against Spain, leading Australia by the score of 5-2.
Seriously? Another Transformers movie?
Australia by the score of 5-2. Spain awaits the winner, Kenny Albert, along with 2,000 silver medalist Julie Swell. Julie, your biggest takeaways from the first half. What do you look for in the second?
Well, I've not been very impressed with Australia's offense. I think that they're a great driving team, but they have not really used it. They've gotten down into their offense and then sort of looked around and tried to create something. That's too late. Most of the shot clock is gone, so they need to come up with a plan so as they're countering down the pool, they know what to do.
There have been several new rules implemented in water polo over the last several seasons. I know you've kept a particular close eye on one of them.
Right, the new rule that allows a player without the ball to enter the 2-meter area as long as they're outside the red cones on either side of the goal is a game changer. It allows the offense to move much closer in towards the goal.
Third quarter sprint is controlled by the United States. Maddie Musselman with a pair of goals. Australia cut it to 3-2. And then Sekulic and Ostis scoring late in the second quarter for the United States. Third quarter just underway. Pass to the inside.
Beautiful turn by Tara Prentice. That was almost a full 180. It went into her right side and she turned all the way to her left.
Extra attacker for the United States. They were 2 for 4 on the power play in the first half.
You see Joel Romer and Maddie Musselman both using that area that's inside the 2 because they're outside the red cones.
Pass from Steffens was deflected. Australia takes possession.
The goalie for Australia. I've seen her looking very confident this tournament, but in this game, she does not seem to carry the same confidence that I saw in the preliminary round.
Mom, 26 years of age, 2-time Olympian. Australia trailing the United States from 5-2. It is now 5-3 to USA. Abby Andrews
Australia, and she is just waiting for that pass. She's positioned her body so that when the ball comes, she can catch and shoot just instantly and splits the defenders that are in front of her with a low skip shot.
So Australia looking to climb back into this game. Leading goal scorer in the tournament, Alice Williams, played only 5.5 minutes in the first half, picked up the 2 first quarter exclusions. So Australia looking for contributions from others, trailing the United States by 2.
You see Tara Prentice going underwater occasionally. She'll spin on it other occasions. When she spins, she's trying to get out of a hole. It's impossible for a player to hold on to this suit, and the player does a full 360.
Shot clock winding down. And the United States heading back on defense. As that attempt deflected off the bar from Jewel Romer. In third quarter, Spain awaits the winner.
Australia is coming in more mobile. So a drive there that required Maddie Musselman to throw both hands up, showing that she's not.
Australia cuts the United States lead to 1. It's Abby Andrews again, her second consecutive goal.
I don't know what the coaches talked about at halftime, but boy, Abby Andrews is on. She came into this third quarter ready to play. Ashley Johnson got a hand on that. The field defenders did their job. They had arms up in front. But she threads it in there, and with such power that even though it goes off of Ashley Johnson's hand, it still goes in.
Andrews down with 10 goals in Paris. The United States lead has been cut to 1. Now Australia following the block with an opportunity to tie the game.
That was a nice pop by Maggie Steffens. I think the ball showed up, got to her about a second too late, and that second can make all the difference. She didn't have her legs underneath her or the separation that she had just a moment earlier.
Here's Charlize Andrews for Australia. Maracini. Save made by Ashley Johnson.
And the difference between that shot and the ones that we saw earlier that were converted to goals is that went from center cage to just outside the post. The ones that were scores were the ones that went all the way across. Great cross passes and a quick catch and shoot. And that's what you need to beat Ashley Johnson.
Here's the captain, Maggie Steffens. United States with a 5-4 lead. Musselman, who has scored twice. Shot clock at 2. Olavitic turned aside by Palm.
Great look there. That was late in the shot clock because it was tipped by the goalie and ended up touching the goal line. That is out of bounds. The ball will go back to the United States.
Toss deflected out off the goalkeeper. The United States led 5-2. Australia with a pair of goals here in the second quarter. Shot clock down to 3. Pass to the inside and a takeaway. Sekulic battling on the inside.
That was a nice pass in, but I think that Maddie Musselman, who was posting up on the near side post, was the one open.
The United States opened the scoring on a Musselman penalty shot. They have led throughout.
That was Sekulic, the one that had her hand up. She realized that was her exclusion.
Australia has not fared well during 6-on-5 play during these Paris Olympics. They are unable to capitalize there. They have scored only 10 power play goals. That's the fewest in the entire tournament.
And I just mentioned that the times that they scored on Ashley Johnson was when the ball crossed the pool. That was a weak power play, and then it only went from post to post up on the top, but it didn't pull the defense out of position.
All 4 of Australia's goals today have been natural or even strength goals. United States with 2 on the power play. Another shot made by Palm.
And Ryan Neuschel, the smallest player on the team at only 5 feet 7 inches, is a great driver, and she actually drives in and posts up. She's the center forward, which is typically one of the bigger players on the team.
Palm stopping Rachel Fatal on that last attempt. Shot clock down to 5. Exclusion call against Australia. There's Rainey to the inside. Save made by Palm.
Rachel Fatal is so good at just a small movement to find herself open.
Here comes Australia. Abby Andrews with a pair of goals. Here in the third quarter. She strikes again. Andrews with 3 in the third. She ties the game at 5. United States and Australia tied at 5. Team USA looking for their...
Yeah!
Scores her second of the game.
It's those definitive movements and the crisp passes. It was that drive by Jenna Flynn down deep. She doesn't get open right away, but she just slides outside, and the whole field defense is looking the other way as she slides outside into that pocket.
Jenna Flynn won an NCAA title at Stanford in 2023. Speaking of Stanford, former star quarterback Andrew Luck in attendance in Paris today. There are 5 Stanford women's water polo players on this United States roster.
That was a good exclusion for Jordan Rainey. She took the exclusion because it looked like there was an imminent goal.
Halligan across. This is Williams. Extra attacker for Australia. Shot clock winding down. It's good. Australia ties the game at 6. It is number 6, Abby Andrews again, her 4th goal here in the third quarter.
Somebody has got to knock her down. It doesn't matter if she didn't score another goal this tournament, but a player like that, once you're hot, you get confidence every successive shot that you take that goes in. She's going to continue shooting. Somebody needs to mark up on her and give the shot to another player.
4 goals in the third quarter for Abby Andrews, 12 in the tournament. So number 6 has tied the semifinal game at 6 apiece.
Right, impressive shooting. I'm not taking anything away from that, but she needs to be knocked down.
I guess we know what you would do if you were in the pool. Down to a minute and a half remaining in quarter number 3. The United States has won the last 3 Olympic gold medals. No men's or women's team in water polo has won 4 straight. But they find themselves in a battle here during the latter stages of the third quarter.
That last call was on Tara Prentice. She was trying to get position, and she actually backed up the defender so much that she found herself inside the 2-meter line without the ball, and that's why the turnover occurred.
Sienna Hearn, Bronte Halligan, Hearn with it once again. Shot off the bar with the shot clock winding down.
That was a much better defensive series for the U.S. You see Maddie Musselman laterally stunting her while Tara Prentice was in front with her arm up. There's going to be an exclusion there that looks like it's Maggie stepped in to earn that on the drive, and a timeout is called.
So Adam Krikorian will talk things over with his squad, with the United States on a power play in a 6-6 game. The U.S. has scored twice during 6-on-5 play so far today.
Jewel down at 1, we got Jenna at 2. We're going to run 2B. We got Jenna at 2. Rachel at 5. Maggie at 4. Maggie at 3. You're going to be down at 6. Okay? 2 out. We can just go. We can get the ball 6. We can just go 5 wide.
She's got a great eye for who's open. So she's going to be playing on the left-hander side, which is the best place to be a shooter. And for them to start in a 4-2, so 4 across the bottom on the 2-meter line, and then they'll rotate the 2 post out into a 3-3. Watch for her. She's out, and she will likely slide it.
Yes!
That ball and get that shot off quickly right over Gabby Palm's head. That's a very difficult place for a goalie to block, especially at that close range.
64th career Olympic goal, extending her all-time record. Maggie Steffens looking to become the first water polo athlete to win 4 gold medals. She's a 2-time Olympic most valuable player. Has now scored 8 times in Paris. Johnson with one final save in the third quarter. Her shot knocked down by Palm at the other end. So the captain, Steffens, with the go-ahead goal as we head to the fourth. Representing this United States squad. Of the 13 on the United States roster played or played collegiately in California. The other two at Princeton. 5 at Stanford, 3 from USC, 2 at UCLA, 1 from Cal Irvine. United States with a late third quarter goal from Maggie Steffens, leading Australia as Sekulic battles with Sienna Green.
The defender in white that's behind Sekulic, she's working to try to get her body or at least her arm up to prevent that ball from going in. Maddie Musselman showing that she's being grabbed. That's Alice Williams. That will be her third. She will not be able to come back into the game because that's her third major foul.
She picked up 2 in the first quarter. Williams not a factor today. Came into this game leading the entire tournament with 16 goals for the United States.
Yes!
6-3 Williams, Rachel Fatal with a power play goal for the U.S.
Great ball movement and fantastic patience. Even though the ball crossed from one side to the other, the shot was not taken. Maddie Musselman knew that she had Rachel Fatal just waiting up on top, and it's that extra pass that has made the U.S. team so successful in their shootout.
Fatal, the 4-time first-team All-American at UCLA. She scored the late game winner in the quarterfinal matchup. Puts the United States up by 2 here today. Pass to the inside with Tilly Kearns out of USC jockeying for position. And the exclusion call on Ryan Newshel.
And that was a good exclusion for Ryan Newshel. That looked like an imminent goal to me, so she is willing to take her chances at 5-on-6 defense rather than have a shot out of the center forward position.
Australia with their second power play goal. It's Bronte Halligan.
But leaving Bronte Halligan there to fake for about 4 seconds, unobstructed. There was nobody swimming at her laterally, nothing to interrupt that faking rhythm.
Halligan, we mentioned earlier, teammate of Maddie Musselman at UCLA. They're very close. We spent holidays together. So Halligan, with her 7th goal in Paris, coming to the United States lead to 1, and now Australia with an opportunity to tie the game. Just over 6 minutes on the clock, 4th quarter.
That was a good hustle by Maddie Musselman to try to scramble to get the ball. But they called that she ducked under. You're not allowed to duck underwater in front of your defender.
Lob attempt from Green, turned aside by Ashley Johnson.
Looked like an easy save to me. A straight-on lob. Ashley Johnson was not in great position. The lob was there, but I think really she should have been locked down with a hard fake before taking that.
Pass to the middle. Maggie Steffens.
An orthodox setup here, not very well balanced by the U.S. team.
There's Musselman back out for Steffens. To the inside, turns it over.
And instead of finding Jewel Romer, who just drove, the ball was passed into the center forward position that had 2 drops.
Got a look at Alice Williams with the 16 goals. Picked up her 3rd exclusion, so Williams cannot return. Abby Andrews stepping up with 4 goals in the 3rd quarter. Johnson with another stop. That time on Green.
You see Maddie Musselman struggling to counterattack. She was being held and showed it. Sienna Green, if she just sat there, there would be no call. But the fact that she was struggling and trying to move, trying to swim down the pool, the referee has no choice but to call an exclusion backcourt.
There's Jewel Romer back out. Maddie Musselman. Romer. Musselman once again. Steffens. Romer to the inside. And the save made by Palm on Sekulic.
Quick hands by Sekulic to get that shot off quickly.
Shootout off the goalkeeper. United States maintains possession. Romer sending it up top. Here's Musselman, who has scored twice. Romer with it for Team USA. Romer pass across off the mark. So Australia takes possession.
Right, that's a tricky pass. I know Maggie Steffens is a great player, but that's a lot to ask of her. The ball should be passed if she has inside water with the defender on the non-cage side. That would be a good opportunity to pass.
Down to 4 minutes remaining in regulation. If they are tied at the end of the fourth quarter, they would go to a penalty shootout. 5 shooters apiece. They're still tied. It would then go round by round.
That was a great drive by Tilly Kearns. That's exactly what I said needed to happen. They need to create some opportunities, some movement on offense, and she did that.
Timeout taken by Australia. They will set things up on the power play when we return, looking to tie this game at 8.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
Tie the game at 5. The United States now leading 8-7.
Wow, that was a lucky call. That was Jewel Romer who passed it inside water to Maggie Steffens. Had a defender slightly on her back. She worked really hard to keep in that position, and an exclusion was awarded.
And then the pass from Rainey intended for Steffens off the mark. So a turnover committed by the United States. Australia takes possession. The winner will face Spain for the gold medal in Paris on Saturday. Spain winning a wild one, 19-18 in a penalty shootout earlier today over the Netherlands. Spain had a 5-goal lead in the second quarter, but the Netherlands came all the way back. They took a lead in the fourth. Here's Halligan wide and shoots. She scores. Ponte Halligan ties the game at 8.
Halligan has been in some big games before. She's been on the national team since she was 17 years old, so 10 years of experience on the national team, 4 years experience at UCLA, and an arm should have been up in front. That was Rachel Fatal guarding the 2-meter position. Would have been very easy for her to have an arm up, taking away that corner.
So we are tied. Second goal today, 8th in Paris for Halligan. This game was tied at 5, 6, and now 8. Summer Olympics.
Good movement by Maddie Musselman.
There's Musselman with it. Back out.
That's out on the goalie. That will give them another 20 seconds to work their offense when it goes out on the goalie on a shot. 20 seconds go back on the clock instead of the 30 that they start off with at the other end.
Down to 2:20 remaining. Here's Musselman. Back out, Jordan Rainey. Maddie Musselman with it. Musselman to the inside.
Did not count because the shot clock sounded before the shot was taken. It was a great turn. She just needed a few more seconds.
Australia in possession, looking to take the lead for the first time today. Under 2 minutes on the clock in regulation. Harmon back out for Halligan. Halligan winds. Doesn't shoot. Jackson with the stop.
Credit goes to Maddie Musselman to knock down Halligan. As Halligan was faking, that's exactly what she needed. She needed to feel some pressure coming at her.
Down to a minute and a half remaining. United States and Australia tied 8 apiece. United States and the Blue Caps. Here's Rady with a shot off the bar.
The ball and moves it to safe water away from the center player that might be looking for that quick rebound.
A timeout taken by the United States. The U.S. has won gold at the last 3 Olympic Games.
Goes here, right? Maggie's going to take the ball, though. Maggie's going to take the ball. We're going to Joe. Remember, Rachel's going down. Jenna's out over here to one. Maggie's Maddie over here. We got Drew over here. Right, ball's going here. It's wait. Rachel, let's wait. Let's wait until that 4 drive starts going across. We got Maggie really out, right? And then Maddie here. We don't have any. No timeout. So,
the right-hander side, allowing the players on the left-hander side to spread out and get a better shot.
All right, here we go. The captain, Maggie Steffens. The United States and Australia tied 8 apiece.
Drive across.
Musselman tied up. Musselman to the near side for Steffens. Back out, Musselman. In an 8-8 game, they will call for time.
Yes. If I were Australia, I would be bringing Gabby Palm into the action. Gabby Palm is the goalie for Australia. They do have the opportunity to go 7-on-6. Let's hear what Coach Becky Vaughn said.
Say this is the moment. She's a 2-time Olympian, finished 4th in 04. Bronze medal in 08. Her team, with 22 seconds left, with possession, an opportunity to play for gold if they pull this one out.
Right, that was a great talk. This Australia team has not been in this situation before, so she's coaching more on the mental aspect of it. Just do what they do.
Australia looking to take a 9-8 lead. Here's Halligan. Down to 10 seconds. Halligan swimming to her right. Halligan to the inside. Aaron pass.
That was great hustle by Rachel Fatal. It'll be the U.S. ball.
And we're going to shootout.
We are headed to a penalty shootout. Australia had that final opportunity, could not score. Our second shootout of the day in the women's semis coming up.
The only way to answer what comes next is by asking, how did it all begin? It was always about the joy of realizing you're exactly where you're meant to be. It was always about setting a goal, trusting the process, confronting doubt, learning that when it feels like there's nothing left to give, you'll find exactly what you need. It was always about the journey, knowing you have the strength to keep going.
penalty shootout. Team USA had a 8-6 lead. Australia with the last 2 goals from Halligan and Hearn. So Australia will play in their 3rd penalty shootout in Paris. They beat the Netherlands, beat Hungary. First for Team USA.
Well, you went the penalty shootout ever at the Olympic Games, because that means that you tied. Australia certainly has the edge on experience in penalty shootouts at the Olympic Games. One thing to note, though, both Green and Williams have fouled out, so they will not be allowed to participate in the shootout. That is going to hurt Australia. Williams has been a key scorer in most of the Olympic Games here in Paris. And Green was just coming into her own. Sienna Green, 6 foot 4 inches tall, attends UCLA as a rising sophomore.
The captain, Zoe Arancini, up first for Australia. Arancini scores.
Commanding shot. She didn't hesitate. Rifled it in, a skip shot to the upper corner. Skip shots in general are very difficult to block.
Here's Patty Musselman, scored on a penalty shot early in the 1st quarter. First shooter for Team USA. Musselman fires it home.
Yes.
Skimmer shot. Gabby Paul actually was guessing the opposite side. Even if she guessed that side, I don't think she would have blocked that shot.
Abby Andrews scored 4 times in the 3rd quarter. She gives Australia a 2-1 lead in the shootout.
Another skip shot. Her left upper corner.
Jenna Flynn with 2 goals today. She scores.
Yes.
Side is the choice side for today. Every player has gone to their left.
Both teams 2 for 2 in the shootout. The winner will advance to the gold medal game and take on Spain. It is now 3-2 Australia as Tilly Kearns converts.
Ashley Johnson is such a strong goalie that she's actually leading the shot. A lot of goalies will just guess aside, but you can see her actually tracking the ball.
Now the captain, Maggie Steffens. Steffens!
Yes.
Both teams 3 for 3.
Right, and Paul actually guessed to the correct side, but was not able to stop that.
Now Australia with their 4th goal. Target. A goaltending change for Australia. Longman has come in, replacing Palm. Here's Ryan Newshel, scores!
Yes.
No better odds than Paul goes up. She guesses the correct side as well.
Both teams now 4 for 4. This is Halligan who scored the last 2 goals in the 4th quarter for Australia to tie the game, and she scores in the shootout.
If it is tied after 5, they will continue in the same quarter as the original lineup.
Brady ties it.
Yes.
So now it will go round by round. One team scores in the next round, the other does not. It is over.
Right. You see the bench giving Ashley Johnson signals on which side they think the player is going to shoot.
Aaron Cheney beating Johnson for the second time in the shootout.
It actually looked like Johnson got a hand on that, but the power pushed it in.
Palm back in goal for Australia.